Hello, you guys. I apologize for the lateness of this recording for all of you. I do not know what it is about me and recordings and stuff, but I guess I'm just jinxed. Um, so I think that maybe with the latest iPhone update, I have lost the ability to film from my iPhone and then um, upload it to YouTube because it kept saying that it's an invalid format. And that's the only thing I can think of. I've tried and tried and tried to get it to work. So, anyway, I apologize for the delay, but let's go ahead and get started. So, we are going to keep these little recordings pretty short and we're going to cover a lot of information because we are going to be playing catch up a little bit. So in this recording, we're going to cover um, basically chapters 1 through 4. And so first off, I just want to recognize each of you for being a part of this Director in 20 Weeks program. I think that's quite an accomplishment to, one, be considered for it, and two, to actually accept it and take on this challenge and really push yourselves and try to grow your businesses. So you should feel really good about that. And I appreciate each and every one of you and the hard work and effort that you put in. Um, so the first chapter is basically about finding your passion. You cannot be inspiring unless you are inspired. So you need to really light that fire within you and share that with other people. And um, you're going to be more successful when you're working towards something that truly inspires and excites you. So you have to really know what you're working toward. And we talked about goals on our page, and we made our dream boards. And some of you actually listed your goals. Others, I think, are still working on those. But a goal is most effective when it's tied to something that means a lot to you. So maybe it's a personal goal or something that impacts your family. And those are the kinds of things that actually are going to make you more effective in your business. And don't focus on strategies or the process of reaching those goals. Actually focus on the goals. So if you want to earn more money, then you need to focus on what will you use that money for. Like, I'm going to take my whole family on a trip, or I'm going to buy a new car, or I'm going to work to pay off my house. Something like that, because those are way more inspirational than just saying, I want to earn more money. And if you want to promote to director, well, then what impact will being a director have on you and your family? So when we talk about being specific, you need to, again, focus on the process. I mean, don't focus on the process or the strategy, but focus on the actual goal. And so you might want to take a look at your goals and maybe tweak them a little bit and see if you can't make them a little bit more inspiring for you personally. And then choose what you would say is your top goal. I know I had you list 4 or 5, but now that you've written those 4 or 5, I want you to choose one for you that is your top goal that you want to reach during this program or potentially even just throughout the rest of this year. So for me, Ivan and I know we are working really hard to pay down some debt. We tend to have this cycle of medical bills that we keep getting into, and so that for me is my passion or my inspiration this year is to pay down those goals and pay down those goals. Hello, I'm reading as I'm talking, so not to pay down the goals, to pay down those bills and get out of debt, and that can be really motivating for me and for Ivan. And then chapter 2 is that you need to commit to succeed or commit to success, and don't make hope your business plan. You actually do have to have a plan, and There's going to be two things that are common in everybody's business, and they are mistakes and challenges. And the key to a successful business isn't how to eliminate the challenges or the mistakes, but how to grow and build from them. And the best way to do this is to commit to working through those problems that you face and not allowing those outside circumstances to affect the success of your business. Um, everybody is going to have those challenges in their business. We're all going to have months where we don't meet our goals. We're all going to have times when people let us down, whether they're team members or hostesses or even an upline person from us. But the people who actually succeed in this business are the people who actually push past those and kind of pick themselves up and dust themselves off and make a plan and move forward. So you have to just accept those mistakes and realize that it's not just you. All of us have them. And I want you to take a minute and actually write down your commitment to success. And you can email it to me. You can post it to our Facebook group, our Director in 20 Weeks Facebook page. You can print it off, post it on a mirror, something, but find a way to communicate your commitment to be successful and to be successful no matter what. And I think that most of you, just by the fact that you're part of this group, have demonstrated commitment, but I think that it's really great to put that into words. And just know that I'm going to actually do this as well. I haven't done it yet. I'm going to do it, and I will post that to our page so that you can see what my commitment is to success. And because you really do have to be committed. It can't be, 1 week you're committed and another week you're not, or 1 month you're committed and the next month you're not, because we all have people like that in our downlines and around us, and there's nothing more frustrating than that. You need to be committed. You need to be all in, and not just all in Scentsy, but all in when it comes to you personally succeeding. And then chapter 3 is all about eliminating self-sabotage. Remember, you need to stop overestimating the challenges and underestimating yourself. And I think that typically as women, we all do this. We all underestimate ourselves, and we don't give ourselves enough credit, and yet we always worry about the worst case scenario. And I think that's just kind of I don't know, universal thing about women typically. So be careful about self-sabotage. And the 5 keys to eliminating self-sabotage, just to reiterate from the book, they are underestimating yourself, overthinking the challenge, overloading yourself, being unprepared, and procrastinating. And one of the things that I think that we do often in this business, besides the underestimating ourselves and overthinking the challenge, is actually just not preparing to succeed, not being focused, not having a clear path outlined for ourselves as to where we want to go and how we want to get there. And so I want you to to actually think about those self-sabotage, the 5 self-sabotage things that are listed, and choose a way that you can start working to eliminate those. Because if it is, that you're not prepared, then write down a clear plan for the month of April. If it's procrastinating, then today sit down and make a list of things that you want to do. Get in the habit of having a plan and then not putting it off. And then also, don't take on too much. It's okay to say no to things. My husband always is telling me, I would have a lot more time if I would learn just one little word, and that is no. So be a good leader. Uh, Definitely put your family and yourself first, but know your limitations as well. Never put your business before your family and those things that are most important in a very lasting way, but also um, don't let that be a stumbling block either. You need to make sure that you set boundaries and you set hours and you work your business during those hours, and then you have a clear set of time that's for your family. And knowing that you're not going to live and die by that schedule, but that you are going to, be flexible with yourself, be forgiving. If something comes up, that's the beauty of being self-employed. But just kind of be accountable to your plan and to the preparation that you've made. And then the last chapter that we have covered um, so far is chapter 4, and that is to share your story. Because there really is no better way to position your products, your business, and yourself than by sharing your story. And um, recently, I had the opportunity to go and speak to some women at a luncheon for the wives of Idaho legislators. And it's actually current legislators and past legislators. They're all part of this luncheon group. Anyway, I was asked to come and share Grace Adele with them so that they could learn more about that business opportunity, not from the standpoint of necessarily joining, but just as an Idaho business. And so that was a really great opportunity. And I kind of broke protocol because I didn't even do what the lady asked me to do. I mean, she didn't even tell me I was going to be speaking, truthfully. She said I was just going to be a guest at her lunch. And I showed up, and she wanted me to, have some Grace Adele things to show so people could kind of get an idea what the products were like. And then, like 5 minutes before the luncheon starts, she's like, "Oh, hey, I'm going to call you up and have you, you know, talk a little bit about what Grace Adele is and show the products um, and just kind of explain the whole unique idea behind Grace Adele." And so I was like, okay, great. So just on the fly, went up there and I just told her, I said, I know you didn't ask me to do this, but I said, I feel really strongly about doing this. And I told them that Orville and Heidi always talk about having a story, and that they have a story, and they were going to be at the luncheon a little bit later and share their story, and that's just a tradition that we have in Scentsy, is that we share our story, and that those are the ways we connect with people. And so I shared my story, and I guarantee you that I connected with those ladies a lot more quickly and a lot more deeply by doing that than just standing up there and telling them about Grace Adele. And I was really, really just shocked at how many people called me afterwards and placed orders. And they were just people that I met at that luncheon. And really, I think it was just because I connected with them by sharing my story. I want you to set a goal for yourself um, for, oh, sorry, I skipped ahead a little bit. Um, So I just want to point out these things. Even more than products or prices, stories will drive interest, connection, and action with those that you interact with. Make sure that you have your powerful Scentsy family story prepared to share. And it should connect with your audience. People will connect with you when they know more about you. Be prepared to always share your story. And set a goal for yourself to tell your Scentsy story this week at least one time to somebody, and then post it on our page, who you shared it with and how that went. And then communicate your message. What is your message? Why does Scentsy matter to you? And what impact has being a part of Scentsy had on your life? Share your story and ask others to share theirs. And they can use the model that's actually taught in chapter 4. It's a pretty straightforward model. I encourage you to talk to all of your downline member or team members and make sure that you know their story, and then after they tell you their story just briefly, then just encourage them to actually write that down and put that on their page and be prepared to share that as well. And let's see. After hearing your story, people are even more likely to say, I can do that too. Um, and I really believe that it's when we keep our stories real and authentic that we connect with people. People don't connect with you for all of the things that you do awesome or perfect. They actually connect with you for the challenges and the struggles that you have in life, because those are the things that make you real. And let's see. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So I do want you to set the goal for yourself to tell your Scentsy story this week to at least one person. If you don't have your Scentsy story written down, make sure you do that and get that on your PWS. And again, let's go ahead and report back on this goal within, oh, let's say by Friday, that you have to share your story with somebody and what happened because of that. So that's kind of an overview of those first 4 chapters. Hopefully you've read them and are putting into practice some of the really motivational and inspirational things that stood out to you. I know that I have just been highlighting the heck out of that book and really am considering myself blessed to be reading it. And I did want to share one last thing with you guys. I have talked with some of you and had our little interview. Others are scheduled, and hopefully we'll get those done in the next couple of days. But I really want you to also, when we talk about having a plan or being prepared, I want you to implement Mary Christensen's idea of counting parties and do so this April. So, for instance, if you know that you want to rank this month as a star consultant, then I want you to sit down and actually map out how many parties is that going to take between you and your team members to get to that rank. Remember, we're working along that pathway to director, and so if you're just ranking as a lead right now, I really want you to stretch yourself and rank as a star consultant in the month of April. Or if you are ranking as a star consultant, but you're actually a superstar consultant, let's set a goal to have you actually rank as superstar consultant in the month of April. And you need to prepare and eliminate that self-sabotaging habit that we have of not being prepared or procrastinating. Actually make a plan, count the parties that you need, talk to the people in your downline, and then work that plan. And then try to just start, you're probably already doing this, but make sure that you're always acting like a director. I do feel like that's one of the things that I had kind of in my favor a little bit when I started Scentsy, because I didn't have somebody helping me. I didn't have somebody checking in on me at any time. And so I really, as I started recruiting people, which was just about like a week or two in, I recruited Becky. And then, I want to say that I recruited, 1 or 2 people every month after that for a little while. And I want to say that that's one of the things that I did right, as I acted like a director. And I truly didn't even know what a director was or what a director was supposed to be, but it's just what I imagined, I guess, that a director should be. So make sure that you're acting like a director now. Lead your team, inspire them, ignite a fire within them, and then just get behind them and push them along. You don't want to be dragging them, but you do want to kind of push them and use that momentum and that energy to kind of move your whole business forward. And so start acting like a director if you're not doing that already. Engage with each downline, and let's get this ball rolling for you. And hopefully you can achieve the rank that you'd like to for the month of April. I think that April and May are going to be key in this process. I think you really have to hit it hard and get some things done so that you can be sitting in good shape for the summer months and then also for the fall. I think that's it. We're right at 20 minutes, and if you guys have any questions or concerns, please feel free to call me or text me, and I will get the next video recorded and posted tomorrow, and so you're going to have to kind of do some catching up, and I apologize for the problems, but I think I might have finally got it worked out. So take care, and we'll talk to you soon.